Hey, Leo, it's Angela. How we doing? Good. We're here. We're going to do a sort of a mid-June energy update. We're going to do some soul guidance here for from sort of the middle of the month going forward. And remember, if you're watching this and it's not the middle of June, this doesn't mean it's not going to pertain to you. It's just that's when I'm calling the energy in. But these guidances are sort of universal and always present for us to turn our attention to and, you know, put the pieces together and do that work at any given time. But for now, I'm calling this mid-June, and the oracle card that we're using is coming from this deck, the Chakra Wisdom. It's a really great deck. I love it. So let's go. The card I pulled for you, Leo, is a 6th chakra card. It's your intuition, your third eye, and it's recovery. So this is the energy of sort of our wounded spots become our strength, right? Our, you know, a door closes, but then we get to realize, you know, we get to receive the key to our next step, right? It's sort of like, you know, if painful things happen, we take a moment to absorb it and move through it, and then we get to grow. We get to move forward from an expanded space of awareness, sort of, you know, there are growth points, right? All these little difficult spaces that we find ourselves in are growth points for us, for our soul and for ourselves. So, yeah, so this vibe is kind of like, you know, you got this. You always can find the courage to move through just about anything, Leo. And if you know, use your intuition and use your connection to spirit as one of the factors in helping you move through some of this stuff, you know, you'll have success for sure. Okay, let's see what the Zen cards say. And here we go. So our starting point here as it pertains to our energetic recovery, our ability to move on energetically and grow and expand even better. Our starting point is receptivity, staying open. You know, interesting that this is a 6th chakra card, and this energy here, I mean, first of all, it's moving through all the chakras, but really the highlight of it is in that crown chakra. It's really receiving the guidance from spirit. Keeping those channels open is the way, you know, to absorb the guidance and have the ability to move forward in, you know, with love, with the most loving energy possible. Within us, internally, we're getting this. Look at that, the master. We're really getting it. We're starting to realize that as much as we show up in our external world and as much as our personas are out there interacting with others, making friendships, you know, finding lovers and, you know, getting new jobs, and our personas are in action as human beings. But most of the work is done within. You know, this is another crown chakra energy that's lit up on his crown chakra. And, you know, that connection to spirit, that's the key. When you're dialed into that, then any of these mishaps that happen in life, anything that you feel you need to recover from that is traumatic, I wouldn't say becomes a piece of cake, because some things are super traumatic and they take us down. But always, if you have this on board, that unseen, you know, the belief in the unseen, that sort of mystical connection to spirit and energy and, you know, the universal love that's out there, maintaining that connection gives us that strength for this recovery energy that we're talking about. Really important and a really great way to start that reading. Okay, in your external world, nailing this down results in the dream. This is being able to imagine yourself into any situation you want to create. So this is where you're sort of co-creating, you're always co-creating with the universe, whether you're aware of it or not, whether you're intending to or not, you're co-creating with the universe at any given time. So let's say you are one to look at that glass half empty. Then most of the things you're going to create will be half empty, and they'll feel unfulfilling. I'm not saying everything, but some things will, because if that's how you choose to approach it, that's what you'll receive back. And so we're always interacting, with the spirit of the universe, whatever semantics you use, whether it's God or Jesus or spirit or the divine or the creator, the energy is the same. It's the same vibration. And that is, first of all, it's pure love. So don't let anyone tell you anything different. Don't let anyone tell you there's a punitive energy up there that God holds, that if you do something wrong, you're in trouble. That's so much not, at least from where I sit and from what I've seen and experienced. It's all love. And you're either an open channel to receive it and process it and bring it out into the world, or you're closing it off, right? But it really looks to me, Leo, that you're really getting this. You're an open channel. You're receiving it. This is why recovery from blows that you experience in life, they don't take you down as far as they could maybe if you weren't as open and aware. They're more empowering. It's more like, yeah, I'll take the blow, but I'm going to get stronger from this. Because first of all, I'm going to learn how not to take that blow again. And then I'm going to, sort of reshape my inner being and my inner awareness to the point where I can see the signs. If that blow's coming again, I'm going to see the signs and I'm going to dodge it. I'm going to pause. Right? It's a matter of this inner awareness that has to be alive and awake and online for you to master some of this stuff. But you're getting it. Look at your cards. You're getting it. I'm staying open. I'm completely, guided by the energies that I receive from spirit. And my intentions going forward will be more of the same. It's awesome. And you'll get more of the same, trust me, because you set it up that way. Okay. So now we come to this card here. This card here is your key, your pivot card from this plane of existence to this level of awareness, right? This is the key to moving forward. That's the pivot. And I got the outsider. Okay, this is kind of one of my favorite cards. Maybe you don't know it, but I'll explain why. So this little guy wants to get through to that other side. He wants to be in that rainbow world where everything looks happy and free and light, and it's exactly where he wants to be. And he feels cut off from it. Like, I don't belong there, or I don't have a means to get there. I don't deserve it. Whatever he tells himself that keeps him on the other side of that gate. But it's all false. That is definitely not receptive energy, right? That is not mastering his inner being at all. But remember this card, the little chain that's on that gate, and the lock is unlocked. Really, all he has to do is open the gate and move toward what he wants. Take the first step. Just try, right? Just try. So I like it because we had sort of, one door closes, and then we learn and gain from that experience, and then we get to move on to the next door or the next opportunity, staying open and receptive, knowing that our higher self is always on board guiding us. Then we move to, in our external world, setting the intentions, going after what we want, envisioning them clearly, and then moving, taking action. First step toward it, right? What does that result in? Let's just see. Well, it results in transformation energy. That is wonderful. Look at that. I'm going to stay open. I'm going to take a little risk, and it's going to transform my experience, right? It starts to come back to you. This is that co-creating vibration. I'm putting it out there. I'm going to continue to stay connected to spirit, stay connected to my higher self as I move through this human experience. And I'll take a risk here and there. As long as I'm in alignment, I'll go ahead and take that risk. My internal alignment has to come first. And then I get a transformative experience. Then I get the change. Then I get the growth and the expansion, even though it may have started out with some kind of a hard blow, some kind of a lower vibration. But the recovery of it and getting right back on track and right back into this open spiritual, open heart space within your spirit is what I'm trying to say. Getting right back to that is what helps you move forward and you transform your life. Then this cycle starts to happen with more rapidity. It's just more and more. I take a blow, I recover, but I'm not going to go down as far as I did last time. I'm going to stay open. I'm going to recover, get my bearings again, trust in spirit, trust in my higher self, and move forward again. Grow, grow, grow. Hit a wall, grow. Hit a wall, climb over it. Hit a wall, knock it down. Hit a wall, go around it. Hit a wall, sit down in the shade for a minute, wait for it to crumble on its own, move on, right? It's just never hearing no. Just hearing, oh, okay, not yet. And yeah, that kind of sucked for a minute, but I got this. I can move forward and I'll grow from this better and better. Okay, the internal position here, the card that of the inner vibe that supports this transformation that's happening for you is Thunderbolt. This is shedding some of that, and this is within you. So this isn't like in some, I think I just did a reading where this came out in the external position where it meant, leave some situations behind in order for you to be able to have the energy to move forward, leave some people behind or whatever, it might be necessary. But in this case, this is internal. So this is sort of let go of some of that extra weight within you that's holding you in place. Some of those old beliefs that aren't receptive, right? That when you get and you take that blow, you stay down for a long time because, oh my gosh, how could that happen to me? And this is, there's more of a victim vibe to that. But you're learning, oh yeah, I got to do away with some of that. That's not going to get me anywhere. That's weighing me down. And I'm going to let it fall away. If you see, this is like the Tower card in traditional tarot. And you see those figures just falling away. The fire, and I love how it's a fire energy. The fire is burning up through the chakras and causing like that breakthrough in the sky, and then stuff's just falling away. This is all stuff that's going on within you that you're letting go of. Oh yeah, you know what? Judgment doesn't help me. If I hold on to that judgment part of my mind that judges people for breathing wrong or whatever, I'm going to stay in a lower vibration. I'm not going to recover and be able to tap in to those higher vibrations. So some of that stuff can get sent away. You can just say, bye-bye now. I'm going to move on with this open vibe, this co-creating energy. Okay. And then in your external, the combination of allowing stuff within to fall away to support your transformation, right? That combination results in the Lovers. This is like your highest, the highest capacity of your heart, which is compassion. So it results in a full and open heart, which supports you in your next slip up or your next, wall that you hit. It supports your recovery. So this cycle, it's almost like, it's almost written for you perfectly. I go through something, but I understand it's part of my experience, but that door's closed now. I'm ready to move on to the next one. I will stay open and look for the signs, keeping my higher self on board, as much detachment from the outcome as possible, right? As much openness and allowing for what comes to come and take shape in my experience. and then going ahead and setting my intentions in a concrete way. This could be through, journaling, meditating, speaking it aloud, just make sure this is how I'm going to go forward and claim it, right? And then that little key is to make sure we realize, okay, it's going to take a little risk because my heart, I got trampled on here. That was a little tough. It's a little bit risky to try to move forward from here, but I'm willing to take one step and see what that does. And then you've got shift and change and growth. You're lightening up the load within because you actually were planting those seeds here in this row. And then you got a full heart and you're able to connect and share with others more freely. And so then the next time we get a blow, this heart is already buoyed and, full and can sustain some of the blows that come through. So, I mean, kind of like, I'm going to take a picture of this and save it for, for my future when stuff takes me down, because, we don't realize energetically really how much we're absorbing every day. We're already absorbing sights and sounds and feelings and smells and physical surroundings, right? And then there's also a vibration behind all of that, right? So say you have a couple toddlers and they're laughing and playing and very loud all day, and it's like your life feels like chaos. But if you look at the vibration underneath that, those laughing loud kids are delivering a message as well. Just by the nature of their energy, it's almost like, what, let's lighten up, let's have some fun, right? But if you're not connected to that energy energetically, underneath it, you could feel annoyed. I'm trying to get this done and you keep making noise or whatever, right? I mean, I've been there, trust me. I have twins, so they're older now, but when they were young, it was chaos. And yeah, you get wrapped up in it. But always, there's, and on top of that, even the fact that the universe created, helped you to create this scenario where you have two toddlers that make a lot of noise, right? Somehow that happened for you to learn and grow from. So maybe it's to get in touch with your inner child a little more. Maybe it's to, grow a quicker sort of a processing system within you that's like, oh yeah, here's the incoming noise. That's okay. They're having fun. Let me just, right? Like there's just so much that we can gain from the smallest little experience for our personal growth that sometimes we miss and we bypass it because we're not remaining open. We're not listening for all the signs that are in front of us. So this is a really great template for almost any situation that we come upon, whether it's something that knocks us to our feet or not. It's still, even if you're standing from a neutral place and you don't need to recover from something, if you're in a neutral place, remembering to stay open to the energies will take you on a whole new journey, right? It takes you down a new path. Closing yourself off to that and not listening and not feeling out what spirit's bringing forth for you, that keeps you in place, right? And we're not here to stay in place. We're here to grow and connect and expand and, engage with others and gain from that and then do it again, right? So I love this. I just love this for us. Oh, remember, I'm a Leo. Sorry. I always say us, like it's all for me. Sorry. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good reading. So thanks, you guys. It was good to see you again. And I'll see you again really soon. Take care.